So let us see how does Indian secularism work. In any country, how this secularism work, let us see. The Indian state works in various ways to prevent the domination. Domination means upper dominance karna, pressing some religion and making our religion up dominant of the minority by the majority. Minority means kam sankhya, majority means more. Now first point on page number 8. The Indian state uses a strategy of distancing itself from religion. It is neither ruled by a religious group nor it supports any religion. Indian state में हम कोई भी किसी भी religions को top पे priority नहीं. We support all religion. Second point is the Indian state does not interfere with the religious practice of religious community. So it does not allow through do or they did not tell us that don't follow this, don't go for the prayer, don't go to the temple. Now this is the COVID time, so everything is done. Government does not allow in other situation, but as the situation is pandemic, this 2 years we are under the pandemic, we are not going out, no community is going to the church or to the masjid, gurudwara, because there is mass, people coming together, so that is avoid. So that is different. So the state can interference in religion to prevent the violation of fundamental rights. Whatever fundamental rights are given to the citizen, like we people, that is freedom to speak, freedom of religion, freedom to move from one place to another, these are called as fundamental rights, which each individual is having that. So the Indian Constitution grants the Indian state does not interfere with the religion practice of religious community. The state can interfere in religions to prevent the violation of fundamental rights. Fourth point, the Indian Constitution grants the right to religion community to set up educational institution. They can make up any educational institution. So fifth point, the Indian secularism, though thought the state is not strictly separated from religion, it does not maintain a distance and its interference has to be based on the idea laid out in the constitution. So country is not forcing, it does not separate any religion from one to another. How does deals translate into laws? Let us see, it is given question mark. The preamble, that means the law, contains the aims, objectives and goals are there of the constitution. In order to make these goals into a reality, laws have been passed. So for example, Constitution clarifies that there will be no discrimination. No discrimination means no differences on the basis of caste, color, religion, etc. In order to implement rights to equality, the Protection of Civil Rights Act makes the practice of untouchability what? Punishable by law. The law is passed where you cannot say that you are untouchable. You are separated from our community. No. Government is giving the punishment to them. Fundamental rights as a human right. The rights without which a person cannot develop his personality or the right which are fundamental for the development of the personality of an individual are called the fundamental rights. And as a human being, we enjoy this right. We all have, human beings have the right for fundamental rights. Hence the fundamental rights are essential human right, जो जरूरी है हर इंसान को. Now fundamental duties. Now every right associated with corresponding duty in Indian Constitution, it shall be the duty of every citizen of India. Now what is the duty? Citizen, we are the citizen of India. So we have certain duties. First is to abide. Abide means to follow by the constitution and respects its ideals and institutions. It is our duty to respect that, to cherish and follow the noble ideas which inspired our freedom struggles. So whenever we celebrate the days, 2nd October, Mahatma Gandhi, we celebrate the national festivals, you have to give respect to that day. 15th August is there, then we have 26th January. These are all the days which are respected. So you have to follow all this, cherish and follow. To uphold and protect the sovereignty, unity and integrity of India. हमको क्या बनाए रखना है? Sovereignty, that is togetherness, unity also and integrity among each other, love for each other. Then to defend the country. Any problem is coming for the country, you have to be united and defend that. and render what? National services. So whenever the government is giving any project, government is doing anything for us, you have to follow that. Then fifth point, coming to the fifth point, we have to promote harmony. Harmony means what? No violence, peace, harmony, and the spirit of common brotherhood, bhai behen. In pledge we say, na, India is my country, all Indians are brothers and sisters. So this pledge is said in the school, so that we must always remember that we as a Indian are brothers and sisters, that is brotherhood amongst all the people. Now coming to the page number 9 is sixth point. Let us see the sixth point: to value and preserve the rich heritage of our culture. Whatever culture heritage we have, like forts are there, museums are there, Taj Mahal is there. When you go to see any cultural heritage, you have to preserve it, you have to respect it, to protect and improve natural environment. Environment is also, you have to be friendly to environment, you have to respect the environment, you have to take care of the environment, to develop scientific temper, humanism, and the spirit of inquiry and reform. Always you must have the spirit, scientific attitude, and your spirit of inquiry, to safeguard public property. For example, train, buses, these are all public property. You have to maintain it, safeguard, usko suraksha karna, to strive towards excellence in all spheres of individual and collective activity. So you have to work in excellence in all the individuals and together when you come also, to develop opportunity for education to every child. This is very important in India. Understood? Not only in India, in any part of the country you go, there they gave what? Opportunity. They give more preference to the children, because children are called as a what? Future of the country. So the base is the education. Once the future get the base of education, we get educated. The new generation get educated, and this is very important. Now let us see the conclusion part. Fundamental right has been guaranteed to the citizen of India. Many laws have been enacted to ensure a more meaningful life to the citizen. As Indian citizen, we ought to follow fundamental duties. It is our duty to follow fundamental duties. I hope you understood the lesson, secularism. Read the lesson. PDF will be sent. Write that in your notebooks. Complete your copies so that you can submit it when the date will be given. So children, read it properly. Thank you for listening. Have a good day.